To go. It is a special edition Visit Lauderdale, everyone under the sun, every dish under the sun edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox, coming to you live today from a place that Nikki's never been, and I'd never been in here until last week. And it's one of those moments where you're like,
why haven't you been here?
Like, why haven't I been here? It's been here for over 12 years, and we're at El Guanaco restaurant. It is a hybrid Mexican and Salvadoran restaurant. And we're joined today by chef, owner, proprietor, Cristina Ardon, who is a proud daughter of El Salvador, right?
Yes.
You bring the El Salvador to the mix. How are you today? And thanks for having us.
Thank you. Thank you guys for coming.
Yeah, no, it's all good. You know,
and this is a gem. And we came on Taco Tuesday. The place is packed.
It is packed. I got here like a little before it opens at 11:30. People are just streaming through the doors, including many of Broward's finest, the Broward Sheriff's Office. It seems like half the local units
the
are
officers
here.
Know where to eat. People who live on the road, like reporters and officers, patrol, like salesmen, they know where to eat. What's the deal on Taco Tuesday? Why is it so popular?
So we do $19.99, all you can eat.
Oh, wow. There you go.
You have 5 choices. You got chorizo, steak, carnitas, pastor, and chipotle chicken.
And you can mix them up?
You can mix them up, and you can have as many as you want.
And when you say all you can eat, you really mean like you will keep bringing them as long as the plates are clean, you will keep bringing them?
Bringing them.
They make sure they don't stuff them in a purse.
Yeah, we have police for that.
She must have had some of Neki Mohan's in here before, because I come with Ziplocs.
Yeah, right. No, it's dine-in only, no takeout on the dine-in.
No takeout. But it's an incredible deal, especially in this day and age where I keep hearing people, we simulcast the show on the Let's Eat South Florida Facebook group. 100,000 strong, Nikki. We passed the 100,000 milestone last week.
Congratulations.
And I think, everybody in the group can come out here and celebrate with 1995.
Are you on the Facebook page?
I do have a Facebook, yes.
No, are you on his Facebook page?
I think I am, yes.
Yeah, Let's Eat South Florida.
What I really love is that those are real food lovers. Those are real South Florida foodies. And they really have open, honest conversations in ways that sometimes you can't have in real life. And it feels like a group of friends. You have 100,000 friends. Ask them each for $1, see if they'll give it to you.
Ooh,
I think that'll solve your gambling problems.
I don't know if my co-sponsors at the Sun Sentinel will be. They might ask for a cut, but
sometimes it's like it's like, are you really my friends, people? Send me $1,
right? Just $1.
Soupy Sales did that once with a bunch of the kids show. He got fired right away. So,
wow.
But no, we're here, and it's such a delight to be here because we are celebrating Women's History Month.
It's Pie Day too.
Oh, today is Pie Day
too.
Yeah, we could have. I don't know if there's.
We're gonna go for pizza
Mexican
after and Derek's and at the fire at Derek's.
That kind of pie. I thought you were thinking like cobbler or.
No, it's pie too. It could be
pie.
apple pie, any pie. It's actually for pi, the mathematical symbol.
Symbol. Do you know what it stands for? It's 3.141, whatever it is. It goes on till infinity. But it's the representation of a circle's radius compared to its circumference.
You do have a college
degree. I just made that up.
No,
I totally made that up.
Or a child in a very expensive private school.
Yeah, well.
Maybe that's it. But no, we are so happy. Sorry, we go a little off the rails. Until you start feeding us, it gets us quiet. But
I'm learning something new. That's great.
I know. So you've been here 13 years. This place is a real labor of love. Talk about the origins. You and your co-owner Ruby. You dreamt about this place.
Yes, we did. We actually used to work together at California Pizza Kitchen right here on Fort Lauderdale. We were there for like almost 10 years. And a friend of mine had the place. It was only takeout, and he had it for like 7 months. But he was tired of it. He figured it wasn't for him. So he asked me if I wanted to buy it, and I jumped in. And then we turned it into a dine-in restaurant.
Your tips were that good at California Pizza Kitchen. You were saving.
I
was saving, hoping
it was my
something
dream.
would happen.
And Christina was
amazing.
telling me before that she worked at a place a long time, Topanga,
Topanga was before California Pizza Kitchen.
and that was a long time place on the corner of like Oakland Park
Commercial,
Boulevard.
no,
commercial and
US
Universe.
one.
Oh,
US
yeah.
one.
I'm all over the place. I was at a wine dinner last night. I imbibed a little too much last night, Nikki. It was a really
Still
it was
there.
the
Oh wow,
preview,
that never happens.
preview opening of that South Kitchen and Bar that is Warren Thompson
That I
and
did
Mike
not
Linton.
get invited to.
Well,
You know, he always uses me to get these connections, and then he goes to these openings, and I don't get invited.
I thought
Oh,
they
that's
had
not good.
already.
Luby didn't get invited either,
it
did
got
you,
lost
Luby?
in the internet, but
That's
no.
okay.
Anyway, Topanga, California Pizza Kitchen.
And
now
then here-
Christina and Rudy Lopez, who is from Mexico, so that's
Yes.
why we get the Mexico
And the
the El
Salvadorian.
Salvador. You work
Okay.
together there. What is it like to go from one of these chain things where you're doing somebody else's recipes and it's not your own culture to being able to kind of express yourself?
Well, I'm sure you
through
learned a
food?
lot of things what not to do.
Well, yes, we learned a lot. Actually, I think California Pizza Kitchen was like the best place to work because it was corporate. So we had rules, and
Right.
we knew how to do, like in the kitchen. Everybody had to do everything by the specs. You know, we have to cut it in a certain ways, size, and everything. And as a server, I was server and bartending. I learned a lot. I was also a trainer there, so I was training new servers, new busters, new everything. So when I started my own business, I kind of had an idea of what I wanted people to do and what I didn't want them to do. So it was easier for me to train that way. I kind of like follow their
Their
way
model.
of their
Yeah, I
model
mean, there are
of-
lots of things. We both work for big companies. There are a lot of things to learn when you go through like a corporate structure.
I think
But then
it's-
you
I
brought
like it.
right,
Yeah, I know,
but
it
then you
teaches
brought
discipline
your
and-
own flavor. And Talk
Yes.
about what that was able to be like.
Well, I am Salvadorian. I actually came to this country when I was 8 years old. So there's not really much I can say that I learned in my country. But the whole family lives here, and the roots are here. We eat pupusas, all that Spanish food. That the soups, the short rib and vegetable soup, all those
I had
things.
that last week. Delicious, delicioso.
I want some.
I have a son. He's actually 29 years old. And I always was, I had my son when I was 16. I was always such a proud mother that I always cooked for him. My son never ate stuff from the store. So I would cook every day, all the traditional stuff. Whatever I didn't know how to make, I would call my aunt and, or anybody that I knew that knew how to make the recipes. And then when we opened the restaurant, I had never made a pupusa before.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh wow!
I started
Before-
making.
That's incredible.
Yes, I started making the pupusas, and everything just
For
started working little by little.
for the gringos out there who might not be familiar with them, can you describe what is a pupusa?
Well, a pupusa is actually made with corn masa. So we start with the masa, and we make like a little patty like this, and then we stuff it with different fillings. It could be pork, beans, cheese, jalapenos, chicken, you name it. And then we close it up and cook it on the flat griddle. And we serve it with a pickled cabbage and a red tomato sauce that is always homemade.
Now,
Oh wow.
I ordered-
I have some made for you
Oh,
guys.
I'm sure
so
we're
you
gonna be
can-
we're gonna be pigging out in a second.
Yes.
Well, not I'll be pigging out. I'm sure Nikki will be eating
Refined.
like the pro that
Refined.
she is.
But I
Um,
will still eat a lot.
But
Yeah, good.
last week I came in and I tried the pupusa, and it was a shrimp with jalapeno and cheese. And you were showing me the proper way to eat it, and I
Yes.
just it was a little hot, but you're supposed to tear it up. We'll do it.
Maybe
in a
right now
couple
it'll
minutes.
be easier for you to do because it's
Maybe.
gonna be
Yeah.
a little colder.
So now, a lot of people are familiar with, cuisine out of Mexico because that's like the biggest country in Central America.
Right.
But there's El Salvador. Talk about the difference between the Salvadorian food and like your co-owner is Mexican. So how do you guys combine it?
Well, when we decided to get the restaurant, we decided that we were gonna do, Mexican and Salvadorian. So in her side, she figured, the Mexican food is also very made to order type of thing. So there's a lot of restaurants around here that make tacos, for example.
Right.
But we bake our own tortillas to order. When you order your tacos is when we make the tortilla.
That's amazing.
So that's one thing that she put in that she was like, everything has to be fresh, everything has to be made to order. And when it gets back, it's kind of hard, but we got to keep doing it because when we do try to do the other tortillas, the store-bought ones, people don't like it because they're
No.
already used to the.
You can tell when it's
Yeah.
missing that love, that homemade
Right,
ingredient
right.
there. And
So I think Mexican food is a little more condiments. I want to say more of whole different types of chilies like
Yeah.
guajillo, pasilla, chile de
We
árbol.
have the
You know, the
moles.
mole. We actually have mole here as well. And Salvadorian food is more traditional, like Spanish food. You know, we have the rice and we have
Yeah.
the beans. We do have refried beans like the Mexicans do, but it's like I said, it's less condiments.
Right.
I think that's the difference
And you do
between the
like
two.
the pork, the puerco, the masas.
We do
the
masas de puerco, we
yeah,
do carnitas, we do
yeah.
the
So
shredded
it's
pork,
all.
roast pork for lunch. It's on the lunch special. We have a $10 lunch special actually that
And
includes
I wish
beverage.
I forgot to bring over a menu, but the menu is so expansive. It has beautiful, like just all these pages of the Salvadoran food, the Mexican
All
food, the
mixed.
the burritos, the even the fajita. Everything looks great here.
We
Yeah.
and
mixed it up a little. Like for example, the chile relleno
Yes.
in my country is done with the bell pepper in El
Okay.
Salvador. But what we did, and it doesn't have cheese inside. So what we did with Rudy was we make the chile relleno here with the poblano pepper,
Okay.
which
Yes.
is a little spicy.
Yes.
And we put a little cheese inside, but we use the same fillings as we do in my country.
Oh, amazing. So it's like
Right.
it's a fusion.
It's a fusion.
It's a
right.
fusion
And then we
dish.
put the
Check that
Hybrid
out.
sauce.
fusion
Yeah.
Latino.
And we put the the country's called like a kind of like a recaudo.
Uh-huh.
So we put the sauce on top the way we do it in my country, but then we top it with crema and cotija cheese.
Oh, yes.
So that's how a lot of dishes. That's how we.
So you say a lot of your family members live here.
On my
Do they
dad's
come
side,
and eat here?
Yes,
Because
they
that's
do.
the biggest compliment, right?
Yes. They do. They do all the time.
So what struck me when I came in here, besides the beautiful menu and the full array of things, is just how darn cute the place
It
is,
is.
and how darn clean the place is.
And
I'm gonna throw a little shade at your former colleague Jeff Weinzier because he well, he did something that we were at a restaurant last week and Davey that had an issue, but this place, did he come in here because your last inspection, not the opposite, you were the clean plate club, you had zero infractions.
That's amazing.
Zero,
Yes.
zero, 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 all across the board.
amazing.
And he says that he comes in and cites those restaurants for the
The
clean plate
inspector
club.
was like, I have to find something. He's like, I have to find something that you've done wrong. And I'm like, keep looking.
You're like, good luck.
But we need to get Weinzier in here with his clean plate. You know, if
Yes.
he supposedly spotlights the clean ones as long
Yeah.
along
We
We'll
were,
with
tag
I
him on
think we were
Facebook.
on
He's
it.
always on Facebook.
I know we've
Tag him on.
we've-
You spar back and forth.
we've been on. He came on the show last week to defend what he did to
Oh.
a first-time offender that
Oh, wow.
that had an issue. But we're here to talk about great
El Guanaco
restaurants and
Taqueria.
clean
Guanaco.
places and clean food. I mean, it really seems everybody in here is just like enjoying themselves. They're chowing down. It is a packed house for the Taco Tuesday on the Lunchbox.
Yes.
And
You should take an Uber. Parking lot's full.
yeah. Oh yeah. So
Well,
Parking is
it's
a
also the
little-
safest place to be because like we have a lot of BSO in here.
yeah. And I just had they all walked past me when I pulled in, and I was like, "Oh my god, I hope I have no warrants." That's it. But I'm clean. We didn't tell
This
people
week.
where we are. So El
We're in Oakland
Guanaco
Park.
is located.
It's Taqueria Antojitos El Guanaco,
Okay.
and we are on 331 Northeast 44th Street.
Which is also known as Prospect
Yes,
Road.
it's also known as Prospect Road,
And
in the
it's in
city of Oakland Park.
Oakland Park. It's
Mhm.
nestled in between Commercial Boulevard and
And
Oakland Park
Oakland Park.
Boulevard to the south. It's kind of just before you get to 95 as you're heading
We're
west on
between
Prospect.
Andrews and 6th Avenue.
Yeah, it's very easy to find. And I guess the parking situation is a testament to the fact that it is popular, especially on a Tuesday.
Yes,
So
we are really
get here
crunched on the
early.
parking, but
Yeah. And so talk a little bit more about like, when the first early years, was it a struggle for people to find you? Because, some of the mom and pop shops are just kind of small owned businesses that if you don't
Well,
have the big marketing budget and the PR agency.
it was horrible. Well, we decided to open a restaurant because we worked in the restaurant. So
Right.
little did we know of all the stuff that had to come in and with it, So I remember the first time that the inspector came, the fire department. And then after that, we also got a letter. I didn't even know what a backflow was, to be honest
Wow,
with
okay.
you. You have to do that every year. So the first year was really hard because we had the inspector coming in for checking in the hood system and this and that. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do? It's clean. He's like, no, you have to inspect it. You have to do this. And so it was like a little school for us. The first
Yeah.
2-3 years, we learned, as we go. It was really hard because We bought supposedly like a restaurant, but we were not allowed to have tables. It was only takeout.
Oh wow.
So that was a big fight
You
with
had
the
COVID
city.
before COVID.
No, this was way before
But I'm
COVID.
saying like that was the situation during COVID. You were ready for it.
Yes, we were like definitely ready for it. So it took us like I want to say maybe almost 3 years to finally um, let the city to decide if they were going to let us be a restaurant or not. Because they were like, this used to be a restaurant before, and they turned it into an office.
Wow.
And then it came into a little takeout restaurant again, but you can't have a full sitting down restaurant. So
Wow.
we had to go to hearings and everything.
Oh,
So,
wow.
oh
You
yeah,
really
it
did
was-
put you through the
Oh
ringer.
yeah.
So,
But we finally were able to, and I'm glad because once they gave us that little license that said, that we were able to seat people in here, you can go for your beer and wine license, and then you're done. I mean, it's good. I mean,
that's great.
that's where
And
the money is.
you've beaten City Hall when half of City Hall shows up and starts
Dude,
eating
they
here.
all come
So-
here all the
Oh
time.
my goodness.
Yes.
I think it's a great time to take a break because Christina, I'm hungry.
Let's
Okay.
get some food.
I'm ready for you to go get me some
I
food.
love that,
Like,
Nikki.
I'll
She
go
ain't
get you
fast.
some
I'm
food
over
right
like,
now.
Hey.
I come here with my stomach empty. Where's Ruby? She said she was bringing us some food.
Rudy, yes.
Yes.
So before we go to our first break, I want to extol the virtues of Visit Lauderdale and all that's going on
Well,
in
it's
and around
important
town.
for us, and that's why we started doing this with Mike Mayo to highlight restaurants like your own.
Thank
You know, because I think that you are a representative of our community
Yes.
and of all
thank
the
you.
wonderful people that move here and try to make a life here and then share your cuisine with the residents and
Yes.
hopefully the tourists see it on Let's Eat South Florida
And
and,
it's the Amer-
come in as well.
It's the
We
American
have a lot
dream.
of tourists too. Yeah.
Yes.
We have a lot of snowbirds.
No, but the fact that she comes here at a young age, she is works in the industry and works her way up from doing everything and anything. Oh, here we got food. That's it. There you go. But to then become an owner, and Christina was telling me the other day that they were renting it, but now they're on track to rent to
Trying
own.
to-
They're going to own this whole building.
That's
Hopefully.
amazing.
And once you
Yes.
lose the landlord in the restaurant
Yeah.
business, that's when the
That's
real
when-
good times
and,
come.
and it's also like an American story, right?
Yeah.
It's like this is what you're. This
can
is what you find.
immigrate.
This
And-
is what you're. This is what you hope that can happen,
Yeah.
and when you can make it happen.
So
And for
these are your Salvadorian pies.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. My girlfriend Claudia in New York is from El Salvador.
All right,
so
we're-
she has taken
We have
me
been
out.
hit with an
I've been had
onslaught of food.
pupusas.
Everybody
I
should go
know.
to visitlauderdale.com to check out all the latest events and deals and promotions. And of course, next month we have the Tortuga Festival coming. We have spring break going on, full onslaught, and all the kids are finding their ways.
All the kids are here.
They're here.
Oh,
I had
yeah.
9 at my house last night.
And it's
Oh,
not
wow.
like going to bars and drinking. They like going to fine restaurants
Yes.
and availing themselves.
That was Taco Tuesday all day.
All day.
Oh my goodness. There are
Lunch and
9
dinner.
kid boys. I'm going to send them
Send
the
them
link.
over.
I'm going to send them the link. And they're staying up here somewhere. So I'm going to send them a link.
Send them
They're
over.
coming here.
Visit Lauderdale.com. More than 4,000 restaurants in Greater Fort Lauderdale. We're so happy to be at
Look at
right now is one of them is El Guanaco, and we've run out of room on the table. We're gonna have to put
And we're
the chicken soup on the auxiliary.
Yes.
Put it on right here, and then
Next
we'll
table.
get it in the next segment.
yeah, bring
and-
me the soup though. I'll swap you this
Oh
one
yeah.
for that one.
Nikki is
I'm
trading
going to-
the burrito for the soup. Let the
Yeah.
record reflect.
Oh.
She's going Salvadoran.
You
I've got
talk
my
so much about
pupusas.
it.
Let's
Yes.
take a break, a
And we'll
quick
be right
break,
back.
Put it over here.
and
right
then
now.
we'll come back.
Yes.
Let the pupusas will cool off,
No,
and then I'll be
yeah,
able
this
to
is for
eat them with my
but you're
fingers.
bringing the
And we'll be
food.
back
Overflow
on the
table.
lunchbox after
Huh?
these words.
Oh, that's
No,
for
they're with
Mayo here for Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market. Since 1951, family owned for over 70 years, the home of freshness. I've been a customer for over 3 decades, and it's the place to go for poultry, steaks, meats, and of course, their unbelievable selection of fish and seafood. They've got it all. Key West pink shrimp, grouper, snapper, lobster, and of course, Florida stone crab claws of all sizes. Don't forget their famous fish dip and a full selection of prepared foods. It's located at 4191 North State Road 7 in Hollywood, just across from the Seminole Classic Casino. Owner Doug Carter and crew will take great care of you. Make sure to check out their weekly specials and daily catch online at DelawareChicken.com. Quality, value, freshness, that's the Delaware way. Tell them Mike Mayo and the Lunchbox sent you. Do you like pizza? Who doesn't like pizza? Well, my spot for pizza is the Pizza Spot. It's in that little bit hard to find Riverside Park neighborhood of Fort Lauderdale, but it's totally easy to love. It's at 601 Southwest 12th Avenue, New Haven style. A pizza from Wade and Reese. It's a lovely outdoor spot. You could also pick up pies to go at 754-779-7788. 754-779-7788. Again, they're open every day but Monday for lunch and dinner. Some of the best pizza I've ever had. Go to Pizza Spot. They also have subs, salads, and more. Tell them the Gambling Gourmet sent you. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, that's my spot. It's upscale food in a down-home setting. The chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. And we're back on the Lunchbox.
I'm sending a link to the Spring Breakers, all you can eat tacos at El Guanaco today.
That's not what. I think they already have plenty of the local business, but yeah, sure. Send the Spring Breakers in next week after we're here. We're at El Guanaco. It's at 331 Northeast 44th Street in Oakland Park. We're here with the proprietor, chef, owner, Christina Ardon. She is originally from El Salvador, but been a proud South Florida resident. South Florida the whole time, since 8 years old. And now we've been hit with an onslaught of items from both Mexico and El Salvador. Can you explain what we have in front of us, Christina?
What we have here is a traditional Salvadorian soup. We make it with the whole chicken, cut it into pieces with the bone in and everything, and we do all the vegetables.
Yes.
Carrots, zucchini, green beans. The corn, as you can see, everything's made fresh, and it comes with rice.
And you showed me
this is the Salvadorian pupusa.
The pupusas.
That what I was explaining to you is made with the corn masa. So we have the mixed one, which is pork, bean, and cheese.
Okay.
We have loroco and cheese, and we have a jalapeno and cheese.
Right.
Nice.
And loroco, like I was just telling you, if you wanna.
Now I'm gonna do it correct this time. It's still nice and warm. And you told me don't take too big a bite. Sometimes I do that. Grab a little of the slaw, or is it like a Salvadoran slaw? And I'm using my fingers. I'm sorry.
Yes. And don't call it a sandwich.
Oh no,
you dip it in the sauce.
I'm doing it in the sauce. I got that, and I'm gonna go in for my pupusa bite.
That's so good. This is so good.
Those are very delicious.
But you're right. It's so fresh and homemade.
I got my cheeks filled
try a little of the cabbage.
Oh yeah, I'm all about the cabbage life.
Yeah,
with
the hand, with the finger.
That I didn't
with
touch.
the finger. Okay. Is that because people just prefer to eat with their hands?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I love a place that encourages eating with the hands because I often get chastised by Luby and our co-host Jeff DeForest, who's off today, because they say I'm a complete animal, but I say when you eat with your fingers,
you can lick them at the same time and
just wash your hands before.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, many cultures have finger where you eat with your fingers. Ethiopian food, they don't use utensils.
Listen, we don't have I grew up in the Caribbean, and we have all levels of people. Sometimes you don't have silverware.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that doesn't mean you don't have. That doesn't mean you don't have good food, and it's not fantastic. And the best places I eat in are normally places like
the pupusa is the only thing we eat with the fingers.
With the fingers, everything else. Well, no, tacos too. I think.
Well, actually, yeah, that's from Mexico.
And I think burritos. Oh yeah. Yes. Oh, you're saying the Salvadoran food.
Yeah,
most of it is knife, fork, spoon.
Right.
That soup. What'd you think of the broth there, Nikki?
Amazing. That's going to be my favorite thing.
Because I came in.
Soup is the most awesome thing because you can eat it during the middle of the day. This is still filling because you have all the stuff in it. You have the protein, you have the vegetables, and you don't feel like a slug after. Like, I don't need a siesta after this. I can survive till
maybe after this. Or
that's. And did you ever get that beer and wine license? Because if
we did.
Now we're not going back to work.
No, we did.
Now the work is over.
So last week I had you changed the soups. It's a daily special basis. Last week on the weekends you have the beef short rib
Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday we have the soup, the chicken soup.
Uh-huh.
A carafe. Un carafe,
Oh wow!
dígale.
Well, I guess we're going to be imbibing here.
A carafe of sangria.
Oh, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not drinking. Last night was my exception to my giving up alcohol. But
He
anyway,
needs to hear the dog to get
it's
over.
all good. Yeah, the sangria looks delicious. The chicken. So, like you said, chicken during the week. Then you have the beef short rib soup. You change it up. And I loved it because it was a very clean dish. All those vegetables, very fresh. And look who's here, Arlene Borenstein.
Arlene made it.
We are having a fiesta here at El Guanaco. Former Sun Sentinel food reporter Arlene Borenstein. I might bail out and just have a all-women edition of the Lunchbox for the Women's History Month, along with last week was International Women's Day. So proud
You're
women.
just trying to go eat.
Yeah, maybe I can sneak
think-
off in the
I
corner
think
with
he's just
Bonnie.
trying to go eat. But that's okay.
I
Arlene
leave you
can join
guys.
us.
I leave you guys.
Arlene
It's-
and I work technically in the
and-
same building.
Arlene spotlighted this place when she was at the Sun Sentinel. She used to do a video segment once a week called "Let's Go South Florida," and you were featured on that. Is when I first saw the place, and then I had other friends, people in the business who would come here, and they all raved about it. So
No, it's just amazing.
I'm finally grateful because now I will be a regular. I hope you don't get sick of seeing my
I won't.
my mug. But what else do we got here? What's on the Salvadoran
So
plate
this
here?
is we actually have two of this. We have one that comes with the tamales, the corn, and the chicken, which is the number one, and it's usually about the same things aside from that. And this is a Salvadorian combo number 2. So we got the fried yuca, we got cheese, we got the tacos dorados, which is crispy tacos.
I'm gonna
Pork
take one of
chunks,
these.
yes.
And what should I do?
Dip it in the
in
cream.
here. Dip it in the
That's
green.
really spicy.
Oh, I'm not afraid.
Oh, let's see.
But I might need some water. Let's see. So this is it's like a fried up rolled taco with beef or pork.
It's almost like a
Chicken-
taquito.
It's taquitos, yeah.
Taquito.
Tacos dorados.
Uh-huh.
It's chicken or beef.
That's terrific. Got that crunch. You know me and the crunch, Nikki. I love a good crunch. So, and then what do we have here? We have the taco plate. Nope.
Don't choke. You know the Heimlich Luby? Because if he chokes, talking and eating is never good.
I think,
So is this like a tostada?
This is a chicken tostada.
Uh-huh.
We got the cheese enchilada
Uh-huh.
and a chipotle chicken taco.
Nice.
Yes.
well,
Nice. What's your most popular?
The steak burrito
Uh-huh.
that we have over there is one of the most popular items. These pupusas, of course, are very popular. And on the combos, I would say the number 2 as well. So I try
and
to
what's
bring.
this? This is like
That's masas de
that's the
puerco. Pork
masas de
chunks.
puerco.
Yes.
Okay.
How
I
did you
love it.
guys do during COVID? Because I know once you opened back up, you said you knew how to go back to takeout, no problem.
Right. Actually, during COVID in 2020, at that time we actually had 2 restaurants. We had opened a second location,
Wow.
but we ended up closing in April.
Of course.
So we decided to just stay with this one. And I think we did really, really well because we
Good.
were closed, I think, like 3 months,
Uh-huh.
if I'm not mistaken. It was only
wow.
takeout, but thank God that before takeout, the COVID, we had gotten the tablets, like Uber Eats, Grubhub,
Yes.
and DoorDash.
Yeah.
So, we had all the takeout.
That's awesome.
We got to pull up a chair for
No,
Arlene.
it's okay. I don't have to be there the whole time. You know?
No.
You gotta try. The
Yeah,
food,
but you
though.
can't
Yeah.
stoop looking like
Yeah.
the creepy person
Yeah.
that's sneaking in our shot.
Hi, everybody.
Well, we've got Arlene Borenstein,
Yes.
former
Hey.
Sun Sentinel and former NBC 6. Now
Yes.
you work for the city of Fort Lauderdale. I
share
think
my
I
chair.
should mention that.
Oh my gosh, Nikki's
Welcome to the Lunchbox and your
Thank you.
Lunchbox debut.
It really is. I dropped in. I
wow.
literally dropped in.
Got the two
We can share the chair.
two
Look,
TV
look at we
Yes.
share the chair.
women. Here, why not?
Yes.
I'm gonna move that. All right. It's
Oh my
like
gosh.
musical chairs.
I didn't
here.
really. I
I
was
kept
dropping
the
in.
seat
Listen,
on
I
this
for
is
you,
a casual
Christina.
show.
I love it.
Oh, there
I
we
love
go.
it.
It's
How did you
it's the
discover
internet.
this place?
Oh, no,
and
you
what
know
did
what?
you
To
think?
the left, I think.
And now if we just shimmy
Oh.
like for 6 inches, but that's okay because
There we go. We're good.
like I said, this is Women's Month, Women's History Month. I'm okay with
Yes.
being out of the shot. I'm okay
Aw.
with having, I think for the first time now, this will be the
Oh,
first
boy.
time it's an all
Okay,
women.
you're gonna be out of the
casting
shot.
show.
We don't have
You
to.
can-
You,
you
don't
can,
have to
like-
kick you out. Mike, come back in.
No,
Cuídate.
but
Cuídate.
I
I'm
just
going
wanna,
to interview
you know,
Arlene now.
We're going to show this to Defo later on because
Yes.
Defo, he sometimes we love to have the equal representation of the sexes, and
Okay.
and
These
now
old sports guys.
yeah, these are sports guys, and
Old
it's kind of
sports guys.
that old male-dominated world, and
I know.
I love being surrounded by
I was
women.
gonna say, what's the problem?
Call me old-fashioned.
Can it? I'm talking to Arlene. When did you discover this place?
I like your style. So actually, as Mike was saying, I was lucky enough to host a Sun Sentinel video series called Let's Go South Florida. And Joe Cavaretta, one of the most amazing photographers who does work at the Sun Sentinel, said my wife and I have been going to this place for years. And along with other photographers there, all had the same exact thing to say about your great food.
Thank you.
Photographers know how to eat.
They do. The photographers know the places. You want to know where to eat something good in smaller spots. Photographers will tell you. And so we came and we gave it a shot. And I did some research. I think we spoke over the phone, and I was just blown away by your story with you and Rudy.
Mhm.
And
she's here. She's hiding. She's the shy one.
Such a beautiful, inspirational story of two women coming together, coming here as immigrants essentially,
Yes. Mhm.
and making it happen. And so you guys were actually part of my Hispanic Heritage Month.
Yes, we
coverage.
were last year, right?
Yeah.
It was 2 years ago.
It was
21.
2 years
Oh,
ago.
wow.
I mean, time flies.
Time really flies,
Yes,
and
yes.
I'm late to the party here at El Guanaco, but I got to tell everybody out in the audience and anybody watching on South Florida Live, YouTube, Let's Eat South Florida. By the way, did you see we hit 100,000
Yes.
on Let's Eat? How insane is that?
I
Arlene?
mean, it's an authority. It's an authority, right? And
It's
not just
become-
Broward. It's Palm Beach and Dade. I mean, people are going search.
And that's why
you know,
we are
yeah.
on this page now and doing these segments, because we know that before people come to visit Fort Lauderdale and they want to know where to eat, they go to the Let's Eat
This
South
is
Florida
the
page.
resource. You use the
Absolutely.
search
Yes.
button. You look for great tacos, or look for Latin food,
Yeah.
or El Salvadoran food, and you can find different restaurants, and posts will pop up, and hopefully at the top of the list will be El Guanaco, because
Let's hope so.
it's
El
fantastic.
Guanaco.
El Guanaco. What does El Guanaco
He
mean?
is El Gringo.
El Gringo, yeah.
That's exactly what a guanaco is. So, you know how they call American people a gringo?
Yeah.
So
Yes,
they call
yeah.
Salvadorian people guanacos.
Right.
It's kind of like
Okay.
a nickname for us.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
good. Like in
Puerto
Costa-
Rican, they call Boricuas, people from Puerto Rico.
Yep.
and Costa Rica are ticos, right?
Ticos, there you
Oh,
go.
that's ticos.
Yes,
You see,
yes.
I've been there.
Venezuelans are chamo y chama.
Yeah.
Oh wait, but is that the thing of gringos? No, that's not a gringo.
Yeah, I think that's more
that's
like
just like
yeah.
like hey girl, what's
Yeah,
up? Yeah.
yeah.
And they call me. Never mind.
You're a
I was
gringo.
no,
But
what was
never
that?
late for dinner.
You're live, remember that.
Yeah, that's it. No, wasn't there a show that like the Fat Man what was it? It's not Feo
Guapo,
El Guapo.
El gordo, no, el
Gordo?
gordo y el flaco.
Gordo?
Y la
Gordo y
flaca.
la flaca.
No, el gordo y la
El gordo
flaca.
y
The,
flaco.
the big, the fat, and the
I'm the
skinny.
gordo. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's okay. I'm very happy. I'm smiling.
Yeah.
This is all incredible. I can't wait to dig in and come back with my daughter, because she's a big Mexican and also Latin food fan. She loves tacos. I guess I was asking you the other day, what's the split? Do most people order Mexican because they're more familiar with it, or do people want to try something new and they go for the Salvadoran, if they're not as familiar with it?
I think it's pretty even.
You come in here and you
Yes.
see people from everywhere, but the solidifying element that of food is good is when you see people of the country eating
Right.
the food
Yes.
at the
Right.
restaurant, and
Yes.
that's what you see here.
Or
For
cops,
sure.
in the
Right.
case of
Yeah,
Cops,
we have like 9 of them outside right now, the patio.
BSO's
Yeah.
local district is.
I'm gonna come in and ask
Yeah.
for the BSO special. They got
Yeah.
a lot of BSO.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
there.
Oh, they do. Yeah. I came with
We-
my little boy the other day, and he likes to, he's very energetic.
Right.
And you guys were great, and
Thank you.
the food was really good.
We actually give them 20% off to the cops and fire when they were in
Absolutely.
the fire department, and I think that's
And I
a
think
great
that's
thing to keep them around.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Keep an eye on it.
Yeah,
worthy
absolutely.
gesture to help, the first responders and all those that are out there protecting and
Yes.
serving. So
But it's also
that's
such a nice vibe when you're in here. It's such a homey, just family, lively kind of vibe. So
yeah, the minute I walked in. Now we're trying to add liquids to the mix, and this seems like a
And
recipe for
instead of-
disaster because we've got a crowded table.
Oh
but
my goodness.
that's never stopped us before on the
Ever.
Lunchbox. Our motto is there's no
Thank
such
you,
thing
Mama.
as too much. Oh, and did you hear Nikki and Arlene? they made a movie about me and it won Best Picture. It's about my eating habits. It's
The
called
Whale.
Everything Everywhere All at Once.
I thought you were going to say the whale.
Well, the whale is also.
It's so funny. I can't drink because I am on the clock because that looks like it looks really yummy, but not for me. But
We'll do it for sure.
You know what, Mike? You can,
Agua.
or
Get it?
Nikki, you can have two.
I'll take
you can have
a
two, one for me.
symbolic
Yeah.
sip because
Yes.
I have
Yes.
given up alcohol for Lent, even though I'm
Okay.
not
He's,
Yes.
Catholic.
he's Jewish.
I'm
It's a
Jewish,
sample.
but my daughter is Catholic, and she's giving up red meat for Lent. And she said, "What are you giving up for Lent, Dad?" And I wanted to make it
Well,
meaningful
let's do
this
a
year.
cheers.
So
Cheers.
I
to
gave up
Guanaco.
Cheers to
semi-
Guanaco.
There we go.
Cheers.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
Cheers.
Cheers. I
And
know.
I'll
I
do
know.
the
I got your water.
No.
She's gonna give you water.
Oh, thank you. Wow, you did that. I didn't.
just delicioso.
That's amazing.
Everything is
I
great.
know. I'll have
Can you
that
at
next
least
time.
taste it? Just
Okay,
a
how
little
about
taste.
this? How about a little straw like this? Like this?
All right.
There's
we go.
okay. Hold on.
We've got
There you go.
all
There you
kinds
go.
of good stuff going on. And
Mm.
again,
oh,
you-
so refreshing and a citrus smack in the face.
You have a beer and
That's
wine
very well done.
license. What
Yes.
I mean, are you able to make any kind of other
We
like?
do make margaritas. We make palomas. We make
Ooh.
but we have.
But you do it with wine?
Yes.
Soju, is it?
I'll actually show you a bottle of our tequila. You're gonna love it. It's really good.
It's like a
beautiful
lower
bottle.
grade tequila
Yes,
that
20.
fits the
yes.
licensing.
So
Yes,
you have to add more tequila to it, but
it's,
I'll show it to you.
well, it's all good. I
It's
guess.
a great summer drink.
Do you
It
do
I thought this was
compliments
my
more?
phone.
No,
it.
that's
Sorry.
that's me. That's
I thought it was my
okay.
phone.
Oh, that's okay. No, that's my daughter.
Yeah, you don't want to see what's in that. You
The
may never be able to forget it.
the question for you is: do you do more business during the daytime lunch, or do people find their way in here for dinner also?
We do well for dinner too. I think it's mostly in the weekends.
Yeah.
So Tuesday and Friday, Saturday, and Sundays we're packed
Yeah, all day.
all day.
That's a good thing.
Steady
I
during the
don't
day,
think
but
I've
at nighttime
yeah.
it's like
I don't think
Do
I've
you
ever
closed on Mondays? Or
seen
you?
it.
we close on Mondays.
Okay,
Yes,
good.
it's closed. We started doing that I think about a year ago.
Yeah.
I needed a day off.
I think that's a
I'm
smart
still busy,
thing.
You've been
but
working hard for a long time. Yes.
too
Yeah.
many years.
I
we
remember
needed
you
it.
said
The
and
disconnect.
quoted in your article that you would start at 6 in the morning and you'd be done at 2 a.m. the next morning.
When we started, yeah, we did. We had a lot of prep to do, Rudy and I, because when you start, you don't have enough money to pay help.
Yeah.
Pay people to come in and
Maybe
help
you guys have seen the same, but when I was covering restaurants for that year and prior to that, I felt the ones that did the best were the owner involved, the one where you see the owner's blood, sweat, and tears.
Yes.
yeah,
those
because
are the
they're
ones-
losing their shirt. They have to.
Those
No,
are the
but
ones
it's-
that do the absolute best. They get
It's
the,
the
best
love, I think.
response
You gotta
and the best
be,
food.
yeah.
And it's
Absolutely.
hands-on. And when you see the owner
Yeah.
is here, then the other workers know that the
yeah.
cat's not away, so they
Yeah.
can't play.
But
Exactly.
also, that's leadership, correct?
Yes.
It's like
Yeah.
I would never ask anybody who's working with me to do anything I wouldn't do.
Right.
Right. And we're all working for the same cause and for the similar, when you win, they win,
Exactly.
Absolutely.
and once people feel that level of ownership, that's what a lot of companies are doing to retain workers,
Yeah.
So it's really, it's wonderful. It's a wonderful story. Thank you for having us.
Thank you guys.
Thank you for feeding me.
Thank you for letting me
You
drop
gotta-
by.
you
I wasn't
gotta-
expecting this at
You
all.
gotta
No,
finish it.
well-
You gotta eat. We're gonna buy you your lunch.
Aw.
Yes.
I actually ordered fish tacos just in case, but I was
Okay.
planning on paying for them because
It's
I pay for your food.
gonna be double for you.
Yeah.
That's good. So she doesn't feel guilty.
yeah. Yeah. I know.
No, they do that.
Look, Arlene, it's a pleasure having you on. We're gonna hopefully have you come on again and share food
Oh, wow.
finds.
I would
During
love
lunch
that.
hour, we don't want to,
Yeah.
violate.
No,
any
actually, lunch
city-
hour is perfect.
Yes.
You know.
And we
I would
come
love
out and
that.
about. We go different places and spotlight different. Again, we love showcasing places such as El Guanaco. And thank you for being the kind of first to put it on the
Aw.
media spotlight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We've got to get you on either Diners, Drive-ins, and Dives. Now that
Yes.
Guy
Yes,
Fieri
we
lives
do.
down
Yes.
here.
Listen
And-
up,
I mean,
guy.
Guy Fieri's not a member of the 100,000 on your page
He
yet?
has spies. I know
Is Lee
his producers.
Schrager on there at least?
His producers are fine. Yeah, they definitely follow all the Sentinels.
I
and
mean,
the,
I've been contacted by people before.
Mhm.
It was a Puerto Rican place in Lake Worth up there
I think
called
they might be spotlighting
La-
it this go
La
around.
Cocina Puertorriqueña, I think it was called.
Yeah.
And they made an amazing mofongo. And so, yeah, they reached out. I was like, oh, no, actually, the owner of the place reached out to me and I was crying because he said, I'm so grateful,
Aw.
these people reached out, and I'm like, stop right now, you're making me cry.
But it's that fine
They-
balance, where
Yeah.
people who are locals and your longtime
Yes.
customers like
Mhm.
saying, "Shh, don't give it away. We
I
want
know,
to."
right? I know,
They
right?
actually called me once.
Yeah.
When they called me, they told me not to say anything, but they didn't come,
Oh.
so I'm going to tell you.
Oh, there's still time.
Yeah, so they called. I think it was like 2 years ago, and they told me that they the guy was it Guy Harvey?
Guy Fieri.
Guy Fieri.
I'm sorry. Guy
She
Fieri
didn't mean
was
that. Guy Fieri.
Guy Fieri was looking to come to the
Mhm.
restaurant and this and that, and they interviewed me. They asked me when they can call me back, so that they gave me a list of things that they wanted to ask. But I think a little another taco place up north won,
Oh,
so they
Los
ended up going.
Bocados, but that's not
I
authentic.
think-
What
Can
do you
we
like
put it
those
in one of
guys?
those competitions?
that was the last time,
oh,
right?
Yeah.
Like for
Great
South Beach Wine and Food Festival. Is there a
Amen.
taco? Is there a taco thing there?
Isn't
Maybe
it
we
ta-
should
yes.
we can suggest it, but you know what? That
And-
can also just come down to logistics. Like maybe
Mhm.
they were already up north, so don't feel bad.
Oh no,
no,
I don't feel
there's-
bad at all. I
Your
mean,
food
it's-
is
There's
speaks for
more
itself.
time to come.
They
'cause
considered
there's
us,
some.
and that's
now-
important,
Yeah, and now that he lives down here in Lake Worth, he's going to be hitting a lot
Oh
more
wow, okay.
Florida restaurants and
Right.
finding them. So
Yeah. Mhm.
hopefully there'll be room. And we got to,
Yeah.
I don't know, you've never been on the Michelle Bernstein check, please?
We
yeah,
were?
she has.
Oh, you were?
She has.
You
That's-
have.
I
It was
think
in the
that's what-
article you sent me today.
That was
Oh, no, that was hers.
Oh,
that was,
No, but I'm saying, did you read the article you
oh,
sent
I
to me?
did, but I can't retain all the information, especially.
love
I
it.
think that what was
You guys are like a brother sister. I love it.
that's what blew us up. I think.
Oh, good.
Yes,
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
you
so,
did tell me that.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
but
think
I
that
didn't
was
see
our-
that. I actually didn't see that, and I didn't know until I got here on that one. So.
That's
Yes,
great.
we were on
Yeah.
the Michelle Bernstein.
And then
show.
everyone came like in the droves.
Yes, it
Yeah.
was like a line of
Crazy.
people. We were like, we didn't know what to do. We had to hire more people. We
Yeah.
weren't ready for it, but
Aw.
it was amazing.
Big-
These are
major
called
place
good problems to have
Yes,
when you're
very
running
good
a
problems.
restaurant. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, well, again, just congratulations
Thank
to,
you. Thank you for
for
having
all
us.
the good work that you guys have done over almost 13 years.
Yes,
and
thank you.
I wish you more than 13 more. And I know you said you tried, but I guess it was during the pandemic or whatever, the
Right.
second location kind of had to kind of fall by the wayside. Do you think you will maybe try to go in expansion mode and bring it to more places, or just be happy
Maybe,
with one?
but right now I'm
There's
loving
only
my
one
life.
Christina and Rudy. That's the problem.
Yeah, we have a lot on our plate. Maybe.
Yeah,
It's
but the thing is,
later
you
on.
know what? There's nothing wrong with just having,
A
one
flagship.
great place.
Yes.
Yeah.
that
Amen.
you can keep an eye on.
Yeah.
The quality is always great.
Yeah,
It's,
Thank
absolutely.
you.
Christina, what do you wish someone would have told you when you started that you know now? If we have someone watching this saying, I wanted to open my own little place, what advice would you give them?
Well, this was my idea when I decided to open my new restaurant. I'm going to have more time. I don't have to go to work if I don't want to. I'm going to have free time. I'm going to go on vacation. And then, well, little did I know that when we opened the restaurant, I was here literally almost 24/7. I'm a dishwasher. I cook. For the first at least 3 years, you're not going to have a life.
right.
And that's what I'm enjoying right now. I actually have a life now that we closed the other place. I have free time. I get to take a day off.
Yeah.
And you
I
have a
still have to-
well-trained staff that
We
you could
have
trust.
wonderful
Yeah,
stuff. They
yeah.
are amazing people.
We can't have you burning out. We
Yeah,
can't.
no.
we can't have that.
So yeah, I think that's that advice I would give them. No, you're not gonna have free time. At least not for the first 3 years. You're not gonna get vacation.
but it's worth it.
Yes, it is worth it after 7 years,
7
8 years.
Right.
Give it or take it.
Let me ask you this. When you have the day off on Monday now, are you one of those who just like crashes at home and cooks, puts something in the microwave, or do you go out and try some other new restaurants around
I
town?
definitely go out. I am a foodie myself, and my son, ever since we were little, if you ever talk to him, he will tell you the story. Every time I knew a restaurant open, we will go in. I was a single mother, so my son was like 7, 6 years old. I would send him in, get the menu first. We'll take a look at it. If we like it, we stay. If not, we're gonna go. So that was our thing.
Wow.
Our Tuesdays was my date night with my son. So every Tuesday we will go.
Aw.
He will get out of school. I will get out of work. Then we went to do laundry, and then we went to eat. Went
So-
to the
I love
movies,
it.
So if
Laundry
it's a
first.
Monday
Laundry-
and people don't have the option of going to El Guanaco, like where would you, where would you tell Visit Lauderdale visitors that maybe they should check out besides El Guanaco?
Besides El Guanaco, yeah.
Guanaco. I'm so bad.
It's okay.
What's your
Guanaco.
favorite place to eat at that you don't when you're not here?
Actually, I like Espacio a lot.
Oh,
On
wow.
the
Okay.
beach.
Yeah.
I like Spazio. I like the ¿cómo se dice? The atmosphere, the
environment.
vibe, the environment. They have live music. The food is really good.
Mm.
I like for my Japanese slash Thai. I like Musashi on Cypress and Federal Highway.
Nice.
Well, you did say
Um,
that one of your dreams would be to open. Did you already talk about this?
No.
Actually, we
Mexican
had-
slash Japanese. You did have.
Yeah.
It was called Viva Tokyo,
Yes.
and it was a
that was your
fusion.
That was her
Yes.
place. Yeah.
On commercial.
On commercial, yes.
Okay,
It was a fusion of Mexican and Japanese food.
Okay. So,
So-
you could do like tuna taco, like ahi
have the-
tuna tacos
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
and all that
Yep.
stuff.
We
That-
had the
that-
raw tuna burrito. We had it all.
Was that a COVID casualty or it was just kind of?
It was. I want to say it was because we were due to renew our lease that we took over from the previous owner. But being that everything was closed, and we had to sign a new lease, and the other place was 3 times bigger than here,
Right.
so our rent was going up $3,000 more.
Right.
So it was going to be a lot more than what we were already
Wow.
paying.
That's a
So
big
it
hike.
was going to be suicide.
All right. But
I
it
think-
sounds like an intriguing
Wow.
concept because I drove past it and I was like, that looks
It was
like
really.
it's
We were there
interesting.
4
Yeah.
years. We were doing good.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
you know.
It was 4
times-
years open. Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I've eaten there before. I thought the food was good.
Thank you.
I found out when I interviewed her here.
that's it. Okay.
Yeah.
So
That's amazing.
always innovating, always doing something a little bit different, creative. It's
Yeah,
no,
no, this has been
beautiful thing.
amazing. Thank you for having
you.
us
Yeah.
for lunch.
Oh.
Do we have to do a double break?
We do have to do a double break. You are the veteran
Yes.
broadcast pro.
It's like in the back of
The
my head. What
sense of
time is it? What time is it?
And I have to like
you
scoot
know,
out
You have
too.
to go back to work.
I have
just
to
a
go
couple
back.
of
I have to go back to
programming
work,
notes.
you're right.
Yeah, let's take a double break and we'll be back and clean up our plates and keep
Finish our
eating
food.
at El Guanaco. El
Yes,
Guanaco.
you got it.
How's
You got
that?
it. You
Okay.
got it. That was much better, Mike.
Thank you. Looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more? Go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 in the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6. The early bird special runs from 4:30 to 5:30, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Hey, it's Mike Mayo. When the Brooklyn boy in me wants a good bagel with Nova or some matzo ball soup, homemade knishes, or a great deli pastrami sandwich on rye, you know where I go? Grandpa's Cafe in Dania Beach. It's been around a long time, an institution, but a little over a year ago, a pair of New Yorkers came in, bought it, and refurbished the place. It's beautiful, and they are now serving great breakfast, brunch, lunch. They've got the omelets, they've got eggs Benedict, they've got all kinds of great baked goods like rugelach. Grandpa's is just off Federal Highway on Southwest 1st Street in Dania Beach. It's open 7 days. Go in there, tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks, just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks, they're open every day but Tuesday. Go in there on a Wednesday. They got buy one, get one on cheesesteaks from 5 to 8 p.m. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. People come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial, serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, oh, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Do you like burgers? Do you like wings? Do you like late night food and sports on big screen TVs and cold beer and friendly vibe and great people? Then you want to check out Shenanigans, 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. You go to Shenanigans, you get yourself all the good stuff, the fresh fish every day, the blackened grilled wings, and of course, the kitchens are open late. Go there, tell them that the Lunchbox, Mayo, and Defo sent.
This might have been my favorite. It really was. This probably might be my favorite.
I'm glad that you're enjoying it.
Oh, it's so good.
I'm like a chipmunk over here. I've got so much food in my
You
mouth.
guys,
that's
you guys gotta try the steak burrito.
I'm storing it in my cheeks. We're gonna get to the steak burrito. Hey, you know what? Let's bring in the steak burrito. If somebody
Hey, Lisa, we're swapping out plates.
Swapping out
Take
plates.
this plate.
Got one over here. Incoming.
Thank you.
Outgoing.
You gotta try the pupusa. It's really good. Cut it in pieces.
Yeah. No,
Again, we're wrapping up a Visit Lauderdale
With a steak
edition
wrap.
at El Guanaco.
Yes. And it's spring breaks in full
And
swing
it's
here in South
what do they
Florida.
call it? Taquitos and antojitos. It's
Taqueria y
taqueria
antojitos
y
El Guanaco.
and antojitos are like what? Little
Don't
bites?
hurt yourself.
Like little bites, like small plates.
Don't hurt
like
yourself.
Antojitos. Cravings.
Yo
Cravings.
hablo
Cravings.
español muy poquito y muy malo. Ya gabaru paruski.
I'm sure you
But
do.
that is
That
a little
sounded
bit of a
Russian,
different-
right?
Yeah,
I
that was
know.
Russian. I mix it up down here depending on whether I'm in Hallandale Beach, where I could use the Russian.
I need to
or-
make a shameless promotion. So this weekend in front of the Broward Center, I'm on this Arts and Action Committee with the Broward Center. We're doing something called Rhythm by the River. It's a free concert in Esplanade Park with food trucks. And it's a concert we have every year from 2 to 6 right there in Esplanade Park on Sunday to showcase all the Black artists in South
Oh, that's
Florida.
awesome.
As well as we have food trucks. We have wontons on wheels. There's a lot of Caribbean people. We have these Chinese wontons, the Chinese brought to our islands.
So
There's a
again, the
wonton
hours
shop.
are this
2 to 6,
on
Esplanade Park.
Sunday.
Free concert, great music, great food trucks. Come, enjoy,
When-
chill outside. The weather's gorgeous right now.
That totally fits
When
the
is it?
Lunchbox vibe. It is this Sunday, you said? It's on
Sunday,
the 19th.
Sunday the 19th of
Yeah.
March
Okay.
on Esplanade Park, right in front of the Broward Center. Huge festival all day from 2 to 6. I'll see you there.
That sounds great. And we've got other stuff going on this week on the Lunchbox. Tomorrow, we're going to be doing a pre-St. Patty's Day celebration with our friend Pat Utter at Shenanigans Sports Bar down in, it's the one and only location now, Dania Beach, my neck of the woods, 1300 South Federal Highway, and also gearing up for the big NCAA tournament. Do you fill out any brackets there?
I'm going to do
Nikki?
men and women's brackets this year
Wow.
because it's important that we do women's brackets as well.
Absolutely.
Women play basketball too.
I'm equally consistent. I do 0 brackets. No men's, no women's. You know why, Nikki?
Why?
I'm opposed to gambling.
Oh, yeah, right. Unless it's on a horse
Yeah,
at,
I like horses
at
and poker.
Gulfstream.
I can't
Oh,
bet
yeah?
on the sports. I don't know anything
Yeah,
anymore.
but you know what I like about March Madness? The idiots always win.
Yeah.
And
Well-
I don't know anything
Well,
about who's hot and who's not.
Uh-oh.
So I just pick and I just go through it and go, I like their name.
I'm-
I like their jersey. And that's how I pick. And I normally do very well.
Well, we're rooting for the local schools. I think University of Miami has a tough little opener against Drake. And then is FAU in? FAU is like the surprise
FAU.
team from Boca.
Nice.
So
I like
we're
the
hoping that
underdog.
they could pull off maybe a couple of victories. Do you follow any of the local sports teams? Or
She has no time. She's running this place.
I really don't. I'm not a really big sportsman. I do like hockey.
Okay.
Really?
But
Panthers.
Take her to
Rudy,
a Panthers game.
yeah, I will. Yes, I'll
Yeah,
go with you.
I would
in a
love to do
heartbeat.
that.
But Rudy is the one that watches, like during the what is it that
World
they do every
Cup?
4 the World Cup,
World
which is
Cup.
every 4 years.
Oh,
Soccer.
yeah.
She's Mexican, right?
time off.
Mexican. You have to watch
That's
soccer.
when
the
she takes her vacation.
And
The
there's one of
World
the
Baseball Classic is going on
Yep.
now, and that's a lot of teams from South and Central America, and so that's another thing going on in the sports world. But I'm more in the food world. Shenanigans tomorrow, Gulfstream Park on Friday as usual, and next week we're going out to Delaware Chicken and Seafood Market, and they've already got things lined up. We love our friends at Delaware 4191 North State Road 7 in Hollywood, right across from the old Seminole
The old
Classic
Seminole Casino, where he
And-
probably plays poker
Maybe a little bit.
or bingo.
Actually, they don't have poker rooms there anymore.
What do they have over there?
They
Bingo?
have $5 blackjack, which is good. So
I'm there.
yeah, but even better, you go across the street, look for the big chicken on the roof, and Doug Carter and all his staff will take great care of you with their fresh seafood. Next week's show there, they've already got it lined up. They're so organized. They're going to be doing things for the Passover table, including they make their own house-made gefilte fish along with other fish dishes there. And they'll also be they're going to be doing some crab cakes for us, showing us
nice.
how they make
Love
good crab
crab
cakes.
cakes.
So that's next week on the Lunchbox. It's a veritable moving feast here.
Yes.
And we got to get moving
Christina,
now too.
thank you so much.
Thank you
Like, this
guys
is
for having
delicious.
We
us.
never got to see Rudy, your partner. She's the shy one, right?
Yes.
But we'll have to give her big thanks.
I'll tell her to come.
She's like she's slammed.
She's running the
giving
kitchen.
the look
She's running
like,
the kitchen.
no,
It's
I've
a
got-
busy.
Yeah,
we
she's
picked the
very
busiest day of the week to come.
But she was so gracious. I was like saying, "Can you do it Tuesday? That's like the best date." And she was like, "Absolutely, come on in."
Hey,
And
It's-
obviously, we got a good full flavor of the place, how much business it does, how great the food is. I, again, recommend everybody come on out to El Guanaco restaurant, 331 Northeast 44th
Cheers
Street
again.
in Oakland
cheers
Park.
again to your health,
This is
Thank you.
salud
continued
to
success,
Christina,
Thank you so
to
much
to
for
Rudy,
when
that.
she owns the building.
thanks
Thank
to
you.
praying
One
for
day,
that.
I pray,
She will
yes,
own the
me
building.
too.
And thanks to Arlene Borenstein for
For
coming
stopping
in
by,
and dropping
absolutely.
by. And thanks again. It's Women's Month. We're going to be spotlighting another women-owned restaurant business later in the month with Nikki. And we look forward to doing that. If you
Thank
have
you.
any suggestions or nominations, pipe in on the comments threads here at Let's Eat South Florida. But I have a couple in mind already.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah, it's all good. Christina, thanks so much again. It's
Thank
been
you.
our pleasure.
Thank you very much, guys.
We will
Thank
see
you.
everybody
Mike.
again tomorrow from Shenanigans, and we'll have our Irish on tomorrow, along with our NCA bracket sheets. So until then, remember to enjoy every meal, every taco, every burrito,
Every sangria.
every pupusa, and enjoy every sandwich.